Hi everybody, welcome back, or if you're new, welcome in. My name's Chris, and, well, this week I'm going around and making sure I film at least one thing every single day for the first week of January. Today, well, I'm doubling up. It's January 1st, and this is my second video of the day. I decided, what better than to just walk around Downtown Morrison real quick and see what's changed. So why don't you come along and let's see what we can see. I had to start this adventure over at the Phillips 66 station with a piping hot caffeinated beverage. Yeah, I've been out filming since about 6 this morning. I actually woke up at 4:30 to get out here and film. This is my second video. If you have not watched my sunrise video, well, I'll link it in the description. And just a little pro tip if you are coming out to Morrison. Just off the Morrison exit of the 470 is this Phillips 66 station. And right across from that is this parking lot. Now that parking lot is free to park. Inside of Downtown Morrison, however, they do charge. And it is just a short walk, just right across the street along the creek. If you've watched some of my previous videos, you see me go down this way and walk into Bear Creek, or Bear Creek Lake Park. I'm not going that way today. Today I'm actually walking into Morrison. Now, I did drive through here this morning when it was still dark out and, well, the town was very much empty. I'll put that footage right here. Now I'm walking into town about 10 a.m. It should look a bit different. Walk into town from the free parking isn't really very long, and it's quite pleasant. And I'm definitely glad I caught all that when the lights were still on. And speaking of holiday lights, just for the record, here in Denver, we keep them up until after the stock show, so late January. The mayor declared that we should do that back in the 1940s, and it's been tradition ever since. And it honestly is quite beautiful when it does snow, seeing all those lights in all those neighborhoods. I think every cold weather town should keep those lights up, at least through the snow. It's just too beautiful. Unfortunately, we don't have too much snow this year. We do have a little bit on the ground. It snowed just after Christmas, but only a little bit. Apparently, there are mud snails in this area, so, take precautions. And as I said, in Downtown Morrison, they do charge to park. And they are pretty militant about coming by and making sure that you have paid. So don't try to skip it. And that's why I recommend going and parking in that free parking. It is New Year's Day, so I highly doubt anywhere is actually going to be open today. So we're just going to take a quick stroll. Well, maybe some of the shops might be open. But even if they are, I don't think I'm going to be going in to get anything to eat today. I'll just walk around. and update on some of the new goings on here. Oh, wow. Look at that. You know, when I was down here filming before, there used to be an old building on that lot. They tore it down and started building this brand new place. I think it was around the beginning of the summer. It's going up quickly. Here's a quick look at some of the concept art for it. I'm looking forward to seeing what this place looks like when it's actually open. But it is being built quickly. And I'm not sure, but it looks like maybe the place next door was bought by somewhere else. The last time I was here, it had just recently closed. But they do still have tables out there, and it's been at least a year, so I'm not sure. I mean, if not, they do still have the tables set. So it'd be strange if it wasn't open. One of these days, however, I will eat at the Morrison Inn. According to their sign, they do have some good margaritas. Yeah, surprisingly, a few of these shops are opening on New Year's morning. There are quite a few for sale signs out here. From what I read, the owner of this one is really just testing the market. It's been about a year. I don't think there's been many offers. I hope he doesn't sell because I do like this bar. And I do hear, I do hear some football being played inside. So I know they're going to open at some point. Like I said, I'm not here to get any food or have any drinks. I'm just here to walk around and to see all the sights. It looks like the Red Rocks Grill is open. Again, I'm not going to go in, but one of these days I do want to get a bite to eat there. Now, this building, last I saw, it has been closed down and was being gutted. I don't see the for sale sign anymore, but it doesn't look open to me. I do hope somebody buys that building and reopens it. And maybe the person who owns the property right here across the street could. I looked up this property last year and found out that it's owned by Trey Parker, one of the co-creators of South Park. And what a beautiful little property it is. At one time there was a bed and breakfast here. It burnt down and then Trey bought the land and built all this up. I'm not exactly sure what he uses it for today, but it is beautiful to look at from the outside. I am actually quite surprised that there is ice down there. It's been so warm lately. Now I've reached the end of Downtown Morrison. It's time to start walking back the other way. Right by Trey Parker's property is the Morrison Volunteer Fireman Memorial. And I bet that bridge looks beautiful when it's lit up. Even if they don't let you drive across it. And right here on the other side of the bridge is Veterans Memorial. Apparently the memorial was dedicated November 11th, 2003. And it sits right at the very end of Downtown Morrison. Just right next to that bridge and right across the street from the old Morrison liquor store. And one of these days I'm going to have a drink over here at Tap on the Rocks. Apparently it is open as well, but I'm trying not to spend any money today. This is another place that I'm sure looked beautiful when it was lit up. Kind of wish I'd come out here at night. Hey, I found some ducks. This is one of my favorite murals around. It shows everything from, prehistoric history to Old West history to music history to modern history. The town was named after George Morrison, who came here in the 1860s. He built his family home in 1873, and, well, the town itself, I believe, was created in 1874. 1874 is also when the railroad came to town, and, well, there's a lot more of that history. And who knew back in 1906 that, well, that land would be absolutely perfect for an amphitheater. And a funicular that is no longer there. Apparently they did actually allow climbing through some of the rocks up to a cave, but yeah, that's no longer allowed. It would have been one amazing view, however. But it's not all about music around here. There's also dinosaurs. I do have an older video going out to Dinosaur Ridge. It's really not that far from here. I highly recommend taking that walk at least once. In fact, if you look here, well, here we are in downtown Morrison. Dinosaur Ridge is kind of right up this way, just right up off the 470. From there it's a, well, fairly steep walk, but you can go see some dinosaur prints just right off the side of the freeway. Yep, parking is out enforcing. And one of these days I might even eat at the cow, but not today. You know, most people come out for a concert and kind of just drive right through Morrison. They don't bother to walk around and take a look at the place. And many of the people who do stop just come and have a drink or a bite to eat before a show. Again, they just don't walk around. I always like to make sure I explore just a little bit every now and then. Because there is a whole world just right around us. Many of us don't even take the time to notice it. We're too busy with our own lives. We just drive on by without ever noticing. But if you take just a little bit of time to just go out and explore, well, you never know what you might find. You might even find the remnants of an old railway. Apparently this is a remnant of that old steam train that I was talking about earlier. I'm glad they have all this here, including some examples of track. First one is a standard gauge, which never made it into Morrison. The second one is a narrow gauge, which was used here. The next one was an incline railway track. And then D over there, that very small one, well, that's for Tiny Town. Yeah, one of my earliest videos was at Tiny Town. It's not open this time of year, but I'll link that old video in the description if I can find it. But unfortunately, I am now slowly coming to the end of this walk. I definitely want to thank all of you for joining me on this little walk. Yeah, I am trying to film a little something every single day this week. So make sure you come back and join for the next one. I think I'm going to go someplace I've never been. There's a little place I'm kind of looking forward to seeing it. So until tomorrow, make sure you like, subscribe, all that fun YouTube stuff. And I'll see you on the next video. Good night, everyone.